We have wrestlers with talent, distinguished wrestlers, winners in any way you want to look at it. I don't know much about what happened at Marrakech in Morocco. So we brought the guys that went to it. Oduayo Adekuroye, a golden girl of wrestling in Nigeria. Whenever I hear her name, I say, look, we have somebody that we can hold on to. Even when she stops wrestling, she can be a model for development of the sport. Oduayo Adekuroye joins us now live in the studio. Oduayo, good to have you on the show.
It's my pleasure to be here once again.
And this man sleeps, eats, breathes, run, walk, wrestling. So passionate about it. I was so blessed to have Danny Gali, President of Nigeria Wrestling Federation, in the studio. Mr. Danny Gali, good to have you on Sports Tonight.
Thank you very much for having me here.
Okay, let me begin. Ladies first. We won't break the rules. Oduayo Adekuroye, another gold medal for you in the bag. How easy was it for you in Marrakech?
I can't say it's a very easy match because for my opponent to leave their country to come and represent their country, I believe they are the best in the country. So it wasn't a tough match and it was not so that easy.
But you make it look that easy with African wrestling. How much experience have you gotten over the years, you know, fighting both at the Indian Pro League and some of the competitions you've attended?
Yeah, I've got a lot of experience, but I still believe I'm still learning because I still have a lot of things to understand in the game of wrestling. So I believe I'm still learning. You've seen the redefinition of humility. Commonwealth gold medalist. She's been to the Olympics. She has won a lot of African championships and she's still learning. Good one from Oduayo Adekuroye. President, let's get you talking. What a story that's been for wrestling in the last 5 years. I'm sure there were lessons after this competition at Marrakech.
Yes, there were. I saw a lot of resilience. I saw a lot of wanting to win. You know, that spirit that Nigerians have that a lot of other people don't have. I saw it here. I know that the preparations were not the best for this tournament, but when we got there, the Nigerian spirit took over. And I also know what the athletes can do. I know that in Africa, Nigeria wrestling is a powerhouse. And we went there, and in a lot of ways, I was even surprised by some of the performances. I'll tell you this, we had 3 athletes going there for the first time. And it's always very finicky when you have athletes going to the Africa Games for the first time. You had Dressman,
that's right,
Kemaswode. This was our first tournament outside the country. Go Fit Winnie, this was our first tournament outside the country. And Ogbonna, John Emmanuel, his first tournament. In fact, the first time they were even becoming Nigerian champions in their quest for excellence. I went there, and the surprising thing was that they wrestled like people who had been on the stage for years, which was good to see. And that makes me very comfortable that we have a team that we can work on for the Commonwealth Games next year.
And talking about the team we can work on, some of the names we know from the men's category, Amaz Daniel, Wilson, I can't find them on the list. What happened?
It was surprising, but that's what you also want to see. You have to be on your toes all the time. I know Amaz wasn't feeling well. We tried to get him to see if we could wrestle, but it wasn't just there. So in his case, I could understand. But there were some performances that were subpar, that I can't. I'm on a television show, so I can't see some things, but they know what I say. When we're together, you lose. You lose that kind of match. So you win, you lose, and I can understand that, but there are some losses that I don't take. You don't lose to Congo.
Tell me why.
You don't.
Tell me why. Tell me why we can't lose to Congo. No, TV. Why is that tag on Congo?
No, you don't. You just don't. Wrestlers know it.
Oduayo, so you see a Congolese wrestler, it must be victory for you.
Yeah.
Tell me why.
I don't know, maybe you have
Something's going on live TV tonight. I want to know, okay, if you see Egypt, can you lose to Egypt?
You don't have to lose to anyone.
but for Congo.
To just love live TV. Why is it that the Congolese, no love for Congo with wrestling? Or you just think if you lose to them, it reduces your quality as a wrestler?
You just don't lose to Congo.
I'll come back to this question. Oduayo, let's talk about you and the rise you've seen in wrestling, particularly with the exposure you've gotten going to the Indian League. How much positivity has it brought to your career?
Yeah, Indian Pro Wrestling League is one of the biggest competition I've ever attended, and it has really improved my wrestling because most of the best wrestlers in the world do come to wrestle. Like the girl I lost to in Olympics. Yeah, she came and we're able to watch her wrestling more and more, and to plan strategies how to wrestle her, and to God be the glory, I won her. So that's give me confidence that there's good thing ahead and there's better future. So I believe if we can go to more competitions like that, like the World Championship, Grand Prix, I believe our confidence will be very high that we can still do better in wrestling.
Okay, we'll still do better in wrestling. Oduayo at the Commonwealth Games there. At some point, she didn't even know where to go. Let's take a breather now. When we come back, the President, Danny Gali, will tell us how much of a problem funding is affecting the development of wrestling in Nigeria. Don't go anywhere. Stay.